qualifier since 1998. It was their own player that did the damage. Inadvertently, it must be said, they were completely dominating Chile ahead of that goal. 3 efforts turned away by the crossbar, by the goalkeeper, by defenders in the way. But Chile survived, got their noses in front, and then pegged back by a rampant home team that rediscovered their confidence after conceding. A referee from Brazil, Roberto Lopez, ready to get us back underway in the second half. It is round 9 of qualifying. In 45 minutes time we will have reached the midway point in the South American Marathon towards Brazil 2014. Ecuador came into this one in 3rd place in the standings, Chile in 5th, just 1 point between them, and at the moment they are sharing a point in this fixture at the Atahualpa Stadium, 9,350 feet above sea level.
Well, La Tri faithful have been wonderful in this game, willing on Ecuador, believing. Look at that beautiful picture, that jet coming in. Imagine that.
So, Ecuador, after qualifying for their first 2 ever World Cup finals in 2002 and 2006, missed the party in South Africa. Chile managed to get themselves back on track and make South Africa after a 12-year absence from the World Cup finals. But both of these sides have aspirations to reach 2014.
Well, what a fight it is to get to Brazil, though, Ross, when you look at the standings and the real ding-dong battles that we've still got to come up on beIN Sport. Wonderful South American World Cup qualifiers, all playing so well. Look out.
And Segundo Castillo.
Nice ball.
Teed up by the veteran, Walter Ajovi. Most experienced man out there for Ecuador, wearing the number 10 shirt on the left-hand side, but they switch to the right now with one of the least experienced, Ibarra. Renato Ibarra.
Nice skill again.
And here is Paredes, who scored the own goal. He's trying to make amends.
Goes through, slaloming like Alberto Tomba. Wonderful play here from the man who knocked in through his own net, as you said. Juan Carlos there streaking in, and his last touch just let him down, just a little too heavy with his final touch to release himself from the defender. But wonderful approach, and again being sent out from Rueda's man. He has released the hounds. There's nothing in this performance from Ecuador that cannot be expressed by pure optimism from all these wonderful fans watching. Chile better be careful. Got to find something. La Roja have been a little bit off by their high standards, and being still at even Stevens at levels, you know, it's be such a bad thing. They've got the electrical players to really spring out of nowhere, but they've got to produce a little bit more than what we saw in the first half.
Misplaced pass could have been nasty, but nothing coming from that little mistake from Marcelo Diaz. Ajovi with the throw-in then. As Ecuador press. Benitez.
Oh,
great telepathy.
Nicely.
Teed up between the two strikers, and Benitez is less than a foot away.
Fabulous approach play. The ball in to Caicedo was excellent. Wonderful touch, and then the little roll for Benitez, the slingshot. It takes a deflection. Lady Luck nearly finds her way back down again to Ecuador.
Oh, he's bobbling around in there.
A little swing and a miss there by Arazo. Ball just not falling into his compass. So close again.
And Chile using the sole outlet at the moment of Alexis Sanchez to try and give them a breather. It's not especially effective at the moment as Ecuador come forward in waves. It is such a difficult physical challenge to play at altitude against a side completely comfortable in their surroundings. Still, they need another goal. Here is Benitez.
Well played. Oh, defending.
From Osvaldo Gonzalez, who held him up sufficiently.
Yeah, read him beautifully.
Renato Ibarra try and take on Jean Beauséjour. And the fullback adds support here. Paredes' cross and Marcelo Diaz thumps it behind. Chile missing Gary Medel as well in that central midfield area. Without some of their first choice players, it must be said, but so too Ecuador dealing comfortably without Valencia at the moment. The youngsters stepping up. Ibarra's corner, headed out by Beauséjour. Erazo.
Nice quality pass.
Sets up another crossing opportunity. Benitez is there again. Oh, it wouldn't quite fall. Caicedo was just waiting for the bounce to sit. João Rojas. And Paredes taking a little hack at Sanchez, and then Sanchez going over the second challenge too. It will be a free kick.
No rash decision by the referee either. Alexis sees the second challenge coming in very early and rides the blade as it came through. But you're right, Ross, talking about Man United Valencia. You can imagine Man United fans' shock when they hear that, well, Valencia may be struggling to get his place in this Ecuador side.
He is in the squad for the midweek game against Venezuela, but yeah, after being suspended here, who's to say he'll get back in if they provide a positive result? Would have thought he would.
You would think. And there's quality, of course, in abundance in the Red Devil. But good players keeping good players out.
Diaz has a little bit more time, able to find his pass to Vidal. And now Sanchez dropping deep. Away from Castillo. Support on that left-hand side. Beauséjour looking to release Felipe Seymour, but again the ball carries too much on it. Coaches on the sideline and given their 15 minutes worth of half-time team talk. Rojas, it took 3 to cover him. Osvaldo Gonzalez is, along with his teammates at the back, having to maintain full concentration at the start of this second half. Ajovi's cross. Contreras, fellow centre-back, getting it away. And it's more of the same from Ecuador. Same pattern as we saw in the first half.
Yeah, wonderful composure at the back as well through Hillier and Erazo. Very strong at the back. Certainly putting on the dampeners on the Jets. Going the other way.
Contreras is in the way. Kurt's going for a penalty.
And it looks like he's being given the penalty kick. By the looks of it, has been awarded to this brave Ecuadorian run. Ibarra, wonderful on his control and on his touch. Doesn't worry about the strong tackle that's coming in, and by the sound of it, it has been given and awarded by this referee, and it's a red card being displayed also. Take a look. Ibarra Ibarra is off to the races. A lovely touch back, and it's absolutely correct.
Contreras was already on a yellow.
Contreras, rash right here, and comes across like a human roadblock. Wonderful from Ibarra. Sees all the targets. Wonderful touch here, and then this little delicate touch past, and he's wiped out.
So Pablo Contreras, his second yellow of the game. It will serve another suspension, but more pressing for Chile. It is really
that run,
double punishment.
Excuse me, Ross, that wonderful run from Renato Ibarra. 21-year-old, plays his football in Vitesse. Well, I don't know for how much longer, the way he's been performed today, because the big boys will be knocking at the club. Here we go. Caicedo steps up for glory, perhaps.
Scored a penalty in each of his last 2 games. Is it going to be 3 in a row? You can see the ball moving on the penalty spot.
It's nervous.
And Miguel Pinto, the goalkeeper, who's just been brought into the side because Claudio Brava is unable to partake as he's injured, has to face this penalty, and there's going to be a delay as they try and get the ball to behave.
Well, it's behaving like a Mexican bouncing bean. That's strange. I ain't ever seen that one before. The spot is actually like a concave spot, so the referee's allowing the placement of the ball outside of the spot because it's such a hole inside of there. This is unusual, and this isn't good for Ecuador. And Vidal's complaining, but this is putting more mounting pressure on the taker. They're allowing him outside of that concave area. That penalty spot is not flat, it's a recess inside of the pitch. Usually they allow him to take the placement behind the penalty spot, not to the side or forward. But here we go.
Felipe Caicedo, who's already scored once here, looking for his 3rd penalty in a row for Ecuador. And he's saved! He's there again! He takes it home!
Well, he's not happy about the referee's discipline of that situation. But in the end, it doesn't matter. It's a wonderful attempt from Miguel Pinto to read him, and he does beautifully well. On the other end, Alexander Dominguez thanks his lucky stars. Serious luck. Felipe Caicedo still annoyed at that situation. Wonderful save. Goalkeeper reads him, and then he steps on for the follow-up, and then he has words with the referee. Beautiful goalkeeper, this. Saves it immaculately, but doesn't get enough punch on it to take it away from danger, and slaps it down. And like Mike Tyson, Caicedo needs 2 bites, but he gets the job done. And then he spits the verbals at the ref. Serious eyes, menacing look, wicked intent, and he detonates on the 2nd hit.
Well, he shoots to the top of Ecuador's scoring charts in World Cup qualifying. He's got 4. Don't know if that's just a breakdown in communication there between the player and official, but...
well, he was certainly highly annoyed at the referee's insistence on where that ball should be placed. He wanted to place it to the side. Situations that I've seen in my life, Ross, it's always been when the spot isn't quite right, or the placement cannot be placed on that little spot that is the penalty spot. They usually tell you to take it behind the spot. Certainly Caicedo should have known, but either way, he converted for what's got to be said is a deserved lead. Impartial viewers got to say that the team in yellow have been brighter.
And now he's on a hat-trick. Ecuador certainly have the bit between their teeth still. No sense in sitting back when going forward is working so well for them. And Pinto so unlucky to see that penalty save rebound straight to the feet of the taker himself, who tucked it home without any bother. It's too much on that from Paredes.
Well, is it too much for his team to answer now? Down a man, down a goal. They have been footballed off this pitch. Got to be said, this team in yellow been a much superior side, not just in their attacking prowess. They've done enough to keep these electrical Chilean, as you called them in the preview, perfectly, Ross. The trident that is Mati Fernandez, Arturo Vidal and Alexis Sanchez. They've just been spluttering in front of this rock-solid Ecuadorian defence. Again, wonderfully read from the goal scorer. Will not be a happy man in Ecuador than Juan Carlos Paredes, that's for sure, after his own goal. There we go, the changes are being rung, and it's Fernandez, who was pretty much anonymous by his high standards, coming out.
To be replaced by another Fernandez. Junior Fernandez, striker from Bayer Leverkusen. Just turned 24, just over a week ago. It's a big ask for him. They do have Eduardo Vargas as well on the bench, who's a 22-year-old from Napoli. But, of course, we mentioned in the first half they're doing without the services of Humberto Suazo, who would have been a good option here. Big battering ram.
Yeah.
But at the moment, they can't pick their way through a very dynamic Ecuadorian side, which seems, even though they're on the front foot, to have plenty at the back when needed.
They look so comfortable with it. It's not as if Chile has given them any problems. They haven't turned them around. They have not put them on the back foot. Everything is being played in front of this Ecuador side, the back line.
The website, as a reminder, beinsport.tv. We are on the web at Facebook and Twitter too. Get involved in the conversation. Let us know what you think of Ecuador and Chile's performance so far. Reached the hour mark. Sanchez carrying the flame for Chile. Looking for an equaliser now after leading this match in the first half. Caicedo trying to set up Benitez.
Oh, look out. Magic!
Oh, and around the back. So close. Is that another penalty? Well, he was held up, but the referee is not interested in this claim. Managed to get the shot away of sorts.
Absolutely beautiful from Christian on the run. Wonderful. Unable to contain him. It's his skill and strength that drives him past the Chilean defenders. One by one, they fall. And so close was Caicedo, waiting, lurking, square to him, and Benitez somehow nearly found him.
Vidal, not seen much of him either. They've been swamped. Massive frame there of Gabriel Equilier pushing them through. Caicedo going for it. He's way away.
He's done enough to earn that chance at super glory here for his hat-trick. Sees them backing off, making the sign of the cross on their chests, the Chilean defenders. Caicedo rips it, but doesn't have the control.
Durazo has to be careful there. And the pressure from Sanchez, who was quick thinking, trying to find the substitute Junior Fernandez.
It's a good attempt by the Barcelona man, Alexis, to screw that one through that tight lane. But once one mistake happens for the Ecuador backline, and it's taken 63 minutes, 6 shots at goal for Ecuador, and that really doesn't do it justice.
Well, there were at least 3 headers in the first half before the goal, and we've seen a couple of attempts in this second half as well as the penalty. So Ecuador pick up the free kick. Again, Chile have to be on their guard. Possibly Ajovi to take one from distance with the left foot. He has gone for it, and the keeper confidently left it.
Played by Miguel Pinto. Sees it coming and flashing wide. Walter just not able to adjust it, but draws that big gasp from the crowd.
3 goals in qualifying for the 2010 World Cup. Qualifying campaign that was in vain in the end, as Ecuador finished 6th. So close they were on the final round of fixtures to getting in front of Uruguay, and it was Chile that denied them by beating them in Santiago on the final round. If they had managed to beat Chile in that game, they would have qualified for the 5th place playoff instead of Uruguay. Uruguay in the end getting to South Africa through that 5th place playoff. They got the better of Costa Rica. Ecuador missing out on a 3rd consecutive appearance. And they're looking good at the moment. And their coach, Reinaldo Rueda, as we see Alexander Dominguez, a rare sight of him in this game, the Ecuadorian goalkeeper.
Yep.
But Rueda has said if they keep winning in Quito, they will be extremely close to their goal of reaching Brazil 2014.
It's not just winning football either. You know, a lot of times that's done with rugged determination and really fundamental football. This is not what this Ecuador team is built around. It has been absolutely carpet tack sharp on their attack. They've been brimming with inventive players. The defensive men have been really rock solid. It's been a complete team performance from Rueda. They can see the finishing line, and they're looking for a 3rd hot water bottle to put this away. But Chile just still a knock away from drawing this game level, and with Alexis around, that is a distinct possibility. Gets clipped here.
Both of these sides have improved vastly in the last 4 years. It is 4 years ago today that this corresponding fixture took place, and Ecuador made it 6 games unbeaten in that qualifying run with an important win. They had to claw out the result in a deluge of rain in this stadium. Benitez was the match winner that day. 0-0, they got the better of Chile. We see a double substitution in prospect here. And there is Borghi.
Yeah. Not looking too pleased, but sending in new man Seymour out.
Marc Gonzalez is in. Midfield maestro with a thunderbolt of a left foot. We shall see if he can use altitude to his advantage if he gets a shot at goal here. Huge applause here for the home side's first substitution. It's Caicedo who is being given a standing ovation.
Idolised upstairs, and they'll be singing his name all night long if they get out of this with the scoreline as it is. Thundering applause for Big Felipe. Doesn't look too happy about it, but he has done his damage.
Jaime Ayovi is on.
Wonderful performance, Russ, from this man. Gets a big kiss from his coach. Complete performance for me, not just the goals, but the way he brought his teams into the game, his trickery, his strength, absolutely top class from the Lokomotiv Moscow man.
And that one is just in advance of Benitez from Walter Ajovi. Man who's just come on. Namesake, Jaime Ayovi, 24-year-old, plays his football in Saudi Arabia with Al Nassr. Has scored in this qualifying contest so far in the campaign. Just 5 different goal scorers that Ecuador have. They do tend to rely on Caicedo, as we've seen today, and Benitez. But, well, they have others playing supporting roles, as we see Morgi unable to do anything from his vantage point up there. He's even higher than the players. Sanchez, again, he's got plenty of company, but this time Ecuador give it away.
Yeah, but they have done their homework, Ross. They know they are right on top of Alexis Sanchez every time. He hasn't had one opportunity to really run at this Ecuadorian back line, because Ecuador's midfield have been very, very good at throwing down an early road bump for Alexis, and then usually there's an insurance policy or two behind that challenge. Another sub getting ready to warm up.
It's Christian Noboa.
Yeah.
It's a player who's had some discipline problems representing the national side so far. Sent off in the win over Colombia. Chile looking for this equaliser. It's straight into the wall, though. And now a 3-man break.
Got a lot to do here.
Now Rojas finds support.
Yeah.
And, breaks down from Walter Ayoví, and Rojas picks it up again, and it's squeezed through, but Whistler gone. And Chile escaping for the foul in the build-up to that shot from the youngster. And that ball is over the top for Isla.
Beautiful ball to find him, and he is damning his heavens there. Isla just doesn't make quite the connection. This beautiful ball, finding his wonderful run into the box, he just doesn't get the clean connection to kiss it past the onrushing Alexander Dominguez. The first time Ecuador being found out at the back, 71 minutes in, and Isla very close to finding the target there.
Well, just a note for our viewers who may be comfortable watching the Spanish side of our network. Over on Bien Español, we have Colombia and Paraguay going at it. The same round of fixtures. Check that one out if you're interested. Oh, here come Chile, looking to cause problems through Junior Fernandez. They managed to sort it out between them, Aquilier and his goalkeeper, Alexander Dominguez. And they're still waiting to bring on Noboa. And there is the man that they have brought on, Jaime Ayoví.
Oh, nice.
Castillo again, working a route forward, having to twist and turn, but managing it. Ayoví again. Benitez waiting, Rojas trying to stay onside, and substitute fancied a bit of glory himself. A bit of a mix-up there. Dominguez recovering, managing to keep it out of the reach of Fernandez. Luis Saratama, who's been quietly effective, number 19 for Ecuador.
Yeah, in front of that back line, there are all domestic defenders in this league in Ecuador, and doing their country proud, as is all of these yellow shirts. That's well defended this time. Nice step in here from Gonzalo Jara.
Another change, frustration for Diaz, you saw there, as Chile have to wait to take the free kick. There's João Rojas, the 23-year-old, devastating on the left-hand side for Ecuador today. Did exceptionally well, stepping in for Osvaldo Minda today.
Yeah, another one of the young pups, still just turned 23, so again another one in the stable that's just going to get better with age. Technically all really impressive. The sharpness about the game, the awareness, it's all there, and it's been knitted together beautifully by Rueda. On the road it may be a different thing, but as you said, Ross, here at home you look pretty indomitable.
Yep. Maturity the key, says the coach. Says he saw a bit of it with the ability to battle to that 1-1 draw against Uruguay away from home, but you know, as soon as they step away from the climbs of Quito, it is another job.
Lovely touch. Oh.
They're doing a great job of taking maximum points on home soil, though, at the moment. Cards are out again as Noboa is felled.
Again, a nice touch to release, but Gonzalez says no way through here. Noboa comes out and gets clipped by Gonzalez. But again, the quickness of their touch passes to just release each other. This Ecuador side, a constant danger, and still plenty of time left for them.
There's another problem for them in terms of squad rotation, as Gonzalez will now face a suspension for Chile to go with the one that Contreras is going to have to serve for his red card here. Two of the back three that started. Saritama's ball in! Oh! And Noboa almost a winning contact immediately, after helping to win the free kick.
Absolutely beautiful ball to find him. Look at the placement here. Wonderful delicacy. It is right on his button. And there's got to be something wrong with his hammer to miss this nail. Just got to tuck it away. Flag go up.
And we saw the linesman raise his flag.
Not so sure it was the right call.
Walter Iov laying it on a plate. They're able to settle it down between them there, and playing some dangerous football inside their own area. Osvaldo Gonzalez alongside Gonzalo Jara. Another change.
Jefferson Montero coming in. You talk about a danger man. Absolutely putting more gasoline on Ecuador's fire here. And this lad is a real footballista. I've seen him play some scintillating games, and even as a substitute, Jefferson has been absolutely scintillating. And on the other side here, Eduardo Vargas.
So, maximum changes from both sides. Third for Chile, Eduardo Vargas, the young Napoli striker, who struck a hat-trick recently for them in Europa League action.
Yep.
And here we see the replacement of the utterly impressive Renato Ibarra to be replaced by the man you spoke about, Ray. So much potential here.
Well, same way for Chile though. The Napoli man, absolutely top class. This wonderful Eduardo Vargas. He is a type of player that can even this game up in the blink of an eye.
It is interesting from Renato Rueda, the Ecuador coach, to make all three of his changes right now with the score at 2-1. We still have 12 minutes to go. Anything can happen. And here goes Montoya.
Touch. Nicely.
Vargas into the path of Junior Fernandez.
Oh.
They're appealing for hands here.
Referee an awful long way from the action. Linesman doesn't give any indication that it was a handball inside of the box, but there was an immediate claim for a handball. It's gone now.
Mauricio Isla.
Good ball again. Nicely.
It's Fernandez with time to pick this cross again. Looking for Vargas. Too ambitious.
Fernandez, the ball pops up for him cruelly. Beautiful ball from Alexis Sanchez. A nice spark here for Chile. Can they seize the moment? We've got a nice gust of wind in the sails here now. Here's the ball played in. Square. The handball is called for. Not given.
Montero battling. And it's given back. Arturo Vidal for Alexis Sanchez. Releasing it cleverly, but unfortunately from Chile's perspective, no runner at that particular junction on the field.
Yep, and that's what is really annoying Alexis Sanchez. The fresh legs, he wants to be extended, make those hurtful hard runs into the box. Alexis says, I'll supply you with the passes, and he's just going to give me the legs.
Is part of the problem, of course, with any international side is having the amount of time to work together away on these international breaks, but also for Chile with the huge number of players within the squad. Trying to get that combination going between these players, especially the substitutes, sometimes a little bit tricky. But they're enjoying their best spell of the game. Gonzalez can't reach it though. Rueda has made all of his changes, and defensively they're being asked a few different questions now.
Yep. Introduction of Vargas has sparked his team. Mark Gonzalez has also provided some good options for Alexis Sanchez.
So Montero. Noboa. Paredes. Killier. And now Erazo. Huge portion of space. Montero. Willing run! Oh! And Pinto stops it.
What a save! Right down by his ankles. He denies the on-running Junior Fernandez. Excuse me.
And Saritama breaking through.
Saritama, fabulous with the wonderful ball played in, but no way through this astonishing keeper. That's a hell of a save. It was right. I think it was actually behind him when he got his big hand to it. Wonderful save.
So a little flash there of what Montero is all about.
Just like that jumping jack flash, Saritama streaking in unmarked and gets a nice pop on it. But wonderful save again from this impressive Pinto.
Ecuador do not want to let go of the leash at this point.
Good run, good ball.
Noboa has found him.
Nicely.
Montero to reach it, cutting it back, and in the way was Osvaldo Gonzalez. Noboa again. Castillo. And Montero.
And that's the substitute. I think a matador there. Ooh, well won.
Noboa's got it. Can he get there first? He can! And Iovi is turned away on the line again. It's Isla. Not for the first time. Mauricio Isla is in the right place at the right time for Chile. And Iovi denied.
Isla coming across, and also Gonzalez, absolutely brilliant, stepping in to deny that wonderful third goal. It's just been begging to be knocked in time and time again. And Chile have been hanging on the edge of the cliff here. Wonderful creative play from Latry.
It's just non-stop Montero showing what he's all about. And the shot, that was the first one from Saritama. And here's the latest with Noboa winning it back.
Yeah, Isla off the line. Gonzalez in front of him. Gets a little pop, but Isla's not there. That's number 3.
There's 6 minutes to go. It's a bit hopeful from Benitez. He thought that he might reach that ahead of Gonzalo Chiara. Junior Fernandez. Anything can happen. Vargas.
Well played.
Away from 2.
A lovely footballer.
Good strike coming in from Diaz. Yellow shirt in the way.
Now the Napoli man just showing that sort of verve for Chile. A substitute coming in and tormenting Ecuador. That trickery is exactly what they need. Saritama goes into the card. But for Chile, Vargas certainly could be their lifesaver here.
Saritama will serve a suspension against Venezuela. That's his second booking of the campaign. And going back to the 2 defenders that are going to be missing, Contreras and also Osvaldo Gonzalez for Chile when they take on Argentina. That could be a little bit costly. Oh, Vidal through an arm perhaps. Straight red. Arturo Vidal. Now he's going to be out. Chile down to 9.
But it's a rash rush of blood at altitude, and he is tested, and he knows that he's completely guilty here. Is it an elbow? It's right in front of the referee, and he is unhesitant. The captain sent off embarrassingly. Again, he knows he's committed the cardinal sin. Right there, you see. Yeah, it's a raising of the elbow right into the face of the onrushing defender. Right there, no question, right in front of the keeper. He cannot believe it. Again, Ross, I'm not making excuses for him. It's stupid, boneheaded, he knows it. The oxygen just not getting through to the brain. At this altitude, your character is tested, and your focus just starts to seep away at this point in the game. 10 minutes left or so, and no question it was the right decision by the referee, no matter how Chile are contesting it. Vidal just rash.
Well, it is so ironic. He's been talking about being a calmer pro out on the pitch. He's been talking about the discipline of this side, of these young players having to step up in their maturity and deal with the pressure now, which comes from the expectation. But Vidal seeing red, down to 9 men now, Chile. A straight elbow into the onrushing Saritama, who was tracking him.
And as you said, Ross, this portents are not looking good for them, not in just this game, but their next one, when they will travel home. And Chile against Argentina.
Quite right. It might even be a greater suspension than the 1 game for Vidal for violent conduct.
And other key players as well that they will be missing. Tough road now.
No Pablo Contreras.
Yeah, for Borghi's men. See if they can get an absolute lifesaver here. Something out of nothing against this team that's looking for number 3. Not with that pass. Again, everything going Ecuador's way.
Jefferson Montero. 2 subs going face to face there. Marc Gonzalez getting a toe in. Noboa. He will go for the corner. It's been a lot for our referee to cope with.
Yep.
This is his third World Cup qualifier. It's not the first time he's refereed Chile in this competition. He took charge of their 2-0 win over Paraguay, booked 6 players in that one. And here he's sent 2 Chileans off.
No, it's a test for referees at this altitude as well, but he's done wonderfully well.
Sanchez just nipping that away from Montero as he was marauding into the area. Vargas skipping clear.
Again, another trademark run by the wonderfully elusive Eduardo. Napoli man showing his ways. Turning himself inside out to get this equaliser. There's still time on the clock for Chile.
Well, Ecuador
magic.
Have to keep the door shut. Saratama. Pinto, who's been outstanding between the sticks. Unfortunately, looks like he may end up on the losing side unless his teammates can come up with something super special here. 3 additional minutes.
Nice.
Ecuador looking to finish with a flurry. Still looking for his goal, Christian Benitez.
Being super involved, Chucho, and why not? Put so much into this game in support of his wonderful Caicedo. Really, he's been riding his shotgun. A wonderful supportive player. And again here.
Walter Ajovi. Using his experience and clipping the ball off Vargas.
Tiring performances from Ecuador. They have put so much in, and they travel to Venezuela next time out, as you say, Ross, and that'll be a different challenge because that's a dangerous place to go as well nowadays. Venezuelans playing some lovely football, but they'll have to do it in a major way against this Latry team because they have been absolutely tip-top.
Yep, Venezuela, who surprised everyone at the Copa America. Not least Chile. Chile will have to go back to Santiago and prepare for Argentina. With more suspensions to deal with. It's flung in! Castillo arriving at the near post. Perfect timing in the 3rd minute of injury time. Ecuador have their 3rd goal and let the party begin in Quito.
Castillo with the rapier finish, and he arrives like Zorro. Wonderful glancer to put the final nail in the coffin of Chile. His goalkeeper's been a one-man battleship in between the sticks for Chile, but he can answer nothing here. Castillo rises superlatively, and poor Borghi starts making plans for his trip to back home to face the Werewolves of Argentina. Lovely little touch header. Subtlety of it is absolutely beautiful. A lot of times it's a greater skill to take the pace off of a ball with a header and guide it, and that's exactly what Castillo does. Wonderful supply in, beautifully provided by Montero, and then the lovely little glancing header is exquisite from Castillo, and it bullets past poor Pinto.
It's a remarkable team performance. They have been playing against really an understrength Chile side ever since Contreras saw red. Of course, Vidal is now off the field as well. But Castillo rounding up a resounding victory for Ecuador. 3-1 over Chile. And they make it 5 consecutive home wins in World Cup qualifying. They managed 6 in 2006 when they last qualified for the World Cup. They are well on their way again here. From Ray Hudson and me, Ross Dyer, thanks for being with us here on beIN Sport. Stay with us, there's more to come.